Live now.
It doesn't go in live now. Just say on the phone number.
Yeah. Hello. Hopefully you can all hear me. We're going to be 5 minutes, okay? 5 minutes, we'll get started.
Aye.
Good afternoon, parents. We've had a few technical issues, but I hope you can all see and hear us now today. And the first thing I want to do is introduce the class of 2020. Here we go. Off you go. Alex. Now, can you go this way round? Go this way round. Well done. That way, Maxwell. The other way. Well done. Ella, come back. You missed your say hello. Wave. Wave. Go right in front of there. Wave. Shh. No. So far?
Yeah!
Was it a good lunch?
Yeah!
Did you enjoy the treats?
Yeah!
Right, so we're going to really need to listen, and hopefully your parents are tuned in at home so they can hear everything this afternoon. Okay, so good afternoon everybody, and welcome to our Year 6 leavers. Without doubt, this has to be one of the most memorable years. I can't believe we've reached today and we've had such an unusual time, haven't we? It's been difficult, fun, lots of things, lots of excitement. But it's lovely to have all of you back today, and we have got everybody, so that's fantastic. So, our Year 6 have definitely been a memorable group, made up of characters, to say the least. We've got dancers, singers, writers, mathematicians, prospective teachers, I think, and some Lego experts. Great. And the odd politician. They're a class with so much potential and will, I am sure, go on to achieve great things at high school and beyond. But one thing that they all have in common is that they will always be a member of the St. John Fisher family. No matter where you go, or however long the time is, you will always be a part of us. So, we're going to start with, Father Peter has very kindly recorded a message for you. So it's to listen carefully to the message sent by Father Peter.
Hello, boys and girls. I can't see you, but I know you're there, and I hope you're enjoying these last few days here at St. John Fisher, and I know you'll be very glad to be meeting up with your friends again. And your teachers are working hard just now to prepare you for the next stage of your journey, which is the high school. And when you're there, you might feel a little bit bewildered or nervous at first. And the way to help with that is to remember everything that you learned while you were here at St. John Fisher. And especially remember to say your prayers. When you were here, you will have been saying your prayers every day in school. And I hope that that will continue when you go to the high school. And here's a little prayer, a very simple prayer that you can say every day, just by yourself, when you're on your way to school, when you're on the bus, when you're playing in the playground, any time that that you're feeling slightly anxious, just say this prayer. Lord Jesus, may I know you more clearly, love you more dearly, and follow you more nearly, day after day. Have a lovely day. Thank you.
So, that was so lovely of Father Peter. Now, what would normally happen is, at this point, obviously, your class teacher would be presenting our awards this afternoon. Unfortunately, we all know that Mrs. Knowles is unobtainable at the moment. She's a bit busy. She's growing a baby. Takes a lot of energy and time. So I thought I'd invite somebody. I'm trying to think, who could we get? Who should we see is here? Woo!
Hello, Year 6.
Look who's
It's
here.
so nice to see you all. And I think I maybe look a little bit different. You all look very different. You look taller, more grown up, definitely more sensible.
Was that a nice surprise?
Yeah.
So Mrs. Knowles is going to come over here and she's going to say some lovely things about you. And you're going to get a little gift from us. So this gift is a cross. It's got Jesus on it, and it says, as you move on to high school, we pray that your years here will have left footprints on your heart. Don't forget us, we won't forget you. And we've also got a little picture that's probably at the beginning of the video for you all to take away and put in your bedroom, so you get one each. Okay? And they're our gift from us to you to say thank you for being a fantastic Year 6. All right, I'm going to hand you over to Mrs. Knowles now. When she says your name, you need to come up to me. I'll give you your picture frame and I'll give you your cross. And we can't shake hands, but what can we do? Elbow. All right. So when you're ready, Miss Knowles. Okay. Mrs. Knowles, sorry.
Olivia. Come on up. A funny and happy member of the class, brilliant with her buddy and many younger members of the school community. Often found sitting with children who need a friend at break time. How lucky we have been to have our very own guardian angel. Continue to be that rainbow in somebody else's day, Olivia.
Oh, well done. Give Olivia a clap.
Ellie. A sporting superstar with tenacity and work ethic that carries through in every single area of your schoolwork. Your math skills have shown no end, and it is clear that you have the sort of attitude that will take you very far in life. Well done.
Give a clap, Ellie.
Alex. A student with an incomprehensible amount of general knowledge about even the most obscure of topics. The Parrot Whisperer and one-man comedy roadshow. He has blown me away with his commitment to learning during lockdown. And Alex, I am so proud of the effort you put in. You've blown me away. Good boy.
Alex, you're going to get a photo, okay?
Sarah. There she is. Our very own Catwoman. If there is a way to involve cats, then Sarah will find it. The sheer motivation to succeed that she has is inspiring, and it comes so naturally to you. You don't have to be told, you just want it. You are sure to be a force of nature and a force for good in this world. Well done, Sarah. kind-hearted and hilarious young man who always finds his smile no matter the situation. You've surprised me and Mrs. Pennington daily, and we've loved watching you blossom. We know that you'll be amazing in your new high school, King Louis. Kiva, a performer, a friend to all, a voice of reason, and always ready to embrace any task with 1,000% effort. She has given so much to St. John Fisher in so many different ways, and you will go on to shine your light so bright in the world that it will be impossible not to see it. Well done. Evan. Fantastic, Evan. One-liners come naturally to this young man, and he never fails to fill our classroom with positivity and wisdom. Always ready to compete positively and respectfully in any sport and game, and you've inspired others people to do the same as well. I'm very proud to think of you as a St. John Fisher family member. Well done. Ruby, a truly mature and classy young lady. She has been nothing but a delight from the moment that I met her, and I have pure admiration for her strong values and determined attitude to be the very best that she can be. What a true superstar. Maxwell. A ray of sunshine, full of creative, inspiring ideas, especially within his writing. Maxwell will always find a unique way to look at a situation, and he has a strong sense of leadership that surrounds him. He will definitely go on to make the world a much better place. Mackenzie. A lively, fun-loving member of the class who I've seen grow in so many ways. Maturity, academics, and, most importantly, self-belief. She has shown that she has a strong desire to achieve as much as possible, and I know that she is going to put this into practice as she moves to high school and make us proud. Well done. You're so tall.
I was going about 4 inches.
Yeah. Joel, a young man who knows his own mind and loves to make sure that he puts a true Joel spin on things. Whether that is artwork, dancing, rapping, or building, he always wows us with his unique style. Never lose that, Joel. It's absolutely priceless. Julie, a sweet and caring member of the class who has a huge amount of resilience for learning as much as she possibly can. Julie has overcome any obstacle put in her way with a smile and a can-do attitude that makes me think, I can do anything, because if Julie believes in everything else, I can believe in everything else. I've never met anyone filled with as much positivity in what you and other people can do. Good girl. Archie, an immensely articulate young man who has buckets of potential to do absolutely anything he wants to in life. He has shown us so many aspects of his character over the year, and I am so proud to have taught such a thoughtful, strong and funny boy. Believe in yourself and smile every day, Archie. Pippa, a young lady who wows us every day with her ability, charm, humility and love. She possesses an effortless quality of gathering people in her bubble of positivity, a leader of the future, and a mind to watch out for. I sense big, big things for this young lady. Max. Hi. A young man who has progressed hugely throughout this year. Without doubt, one of the most enthusiastic people when it comes to learning new things in science and topics especially. He has matured in every way possible this year and should be extremely proud of himself. I'm very proud of you, Max. Well done. Well done. Maddie. Maddie has been ready for high school since well before I met her in year 6. Maddie could actually quite easily fill in for Mrs. Harris if she ever needed to leave school for the day. True. A confident, positive and caring young woman who possesses so much talent, always ready to help anybody in need, and quite possibly the most efficient person I've ever met. Wow. Well done, Maddie. Freddie, or as he's known in our class, Ready Freddie. A trailblazer, a creator, a total role model to all. Quietly confident, yet always ready to speak up about the things that matter. Consistently the person to offer help to those who need it, regardless of who is watching. The world is your oyster, Freddie, and your kindness runs deep, and your knowledge has absolutely no limits thanks to your attitude to learning. Well done. Well done, Freddie. Kerry. A hugely sensible and mature young lady who has wowed me with her thirst to succeed and better herself this year. She has made an astounding amount of progress and always uses her heart and her head to make decisions that embody every core value of St. John Fisher. How lucky we are to have you carry our flag. Kaya, a member of the class who all will agree is a beacon of love and passion. She is undoubtedly one of the most enthusiastic pupils I have ever taught, and her inner drive to succeed amazes me every day and has led to her incredible achievements. Pair this with pure compassion and endless amount of thought for others, and Kaya, it's just been a pleasure. Everybody would say the same. Well done. Well done. Luca, a wonderfully kind, funny and well-loved member of the class. This young man is ready to burst into high school and show the world just what he is made of. Always the first to offer his help, never without a positive attitude, and genuinely lovely to every single person that he meets. Everybody needs a Luca in their life. Oh. Sophie, a bright and caring girl who never fails to send the class into giggles with her uplifting moments, a great friend to everybody, and absolutely always doing the right thing. She is a true role model for all. She has gained so much confidence this year, and we have loved watching you flourish. Well done, Sophie. Jack, our late arrival. He burst back onto the scene and instantly made a huge amount of friends thanks to his infectious smile and hilarious personality. He has really shown that he cares about his future and he's put his mind into his work more and more over the year. We can't believe you are the same boy from the start of the year and we couldn't be more proud of you. Carry on. Go ahead. much as mine, Jack. Lily, a hard-working and truly delightful girl who embodies everything that we love in not just a student, but in a human being. She is immensely kind, always chooses the right thing to do, and puts her all into everything she does, regardless of praise. Lily does it because she wants to be the best that she can. Full of talent and maturity, she will go far. Joe, an extremely mature and thoughtful young man who always looks at things in quite a unique way with a new perspective. A wonderful mathematician with a ridiculous amount of potential and the ability to articulate himself skillfully, and grey hair. He is going to make waves on this earth, and we can't wait to see what you do with all of that talent. Use it well. Kendra, a loving and wonderful young lady who leaves a light wherever she goes, thanks to her thoughtful words, caring attitude, and ability to explain quite profound thoughts and feelings. Kendra doesn't know how brilliant she is, but we all know how brilliant you are. I have a strong feeling that when you go to high school, you'll fly even higher than you ever thought possible. So proud of you, Kendra. Eva, a superbly articulate and mature member of the class who always has insanely creative ideas that break the mold, the norm. Don't like the norm, do we, Eva? We like to stand out. She is constantly a positive role model in class and has shown massive amounts of resilience and tenacity in both classwork and in lockdown learning. With many friends and a huge range of talent, you will take high school by storm. Well done.
So, what a talented bunch you are, aren't you?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
We're sure. Now, just as you've had gifts, we know that you think a lot of Mrs. Knowles. And I know that you have a present for her. Oh, Miss Knowles, do you want to come up to the front? So, Joel, do you want to take the present from the families for me? So, Miss Knowles, this is nothing to do with us. The families organised it themselves. And if you want to just show the box to everybody,
Sure.
hold it that way. And it says on it, Baby Knowles.
Oh.
So can we give Miss Knowles? And just like you love Miss Knowles, keep saying Miss. Sorry, Mrs. Knowles. Just like you love Mrs. Knowles, we love Mrs. Knowles too. So this is just a little something from us to say congratulations. We know she'll be a fantastic mum, and we wish her all the best.
You need a picture as well.
Thank you so much. I tried. It's been so lovely to meet all of you and your families. And, you know, this is my first year. It's a bit of a funny year at St. John Fisher. But I'm so pleased that I joined the family. And I feel so loved and blessed to have met every single one of you. Thank you.
Oh, do we not want to show them? I'm just asking what's in the box. Oh, sorry. Am I allowed to open it? Of course you are.
Was it?
Show her. Well, yeah. Okay.
Sorry, I didn't to open it. Oh my goodness.
Can you show it to the camera?
So thank you so much. That is so thoughtful and kind. Oh my emotions can't take this today.
So, moving on to the awards section this afternoon. So we're going to start with our sports awards. So I'm going to ask Mr. Bardsley to come and present the sports awards. Over to you, Mr. Bardsley.
Wow, I'm not sure I can quite follow that, to be honest with you, but I'll try. So, obviously, each year we have 3 sports awards, and each year, I'll be really honest, everyone says, oh, you make it up, sir, but I do genuinely, I do have sleepless nights trying to pick these, and I do ask Mr. Tansey for help young people because it is really, really hard. We are blessed with some fantastic sportsmen and sportswomen in this room, and you are all fantastic. And even though we've not been able this year to do as much sport as usually we could have done, we have still been able to achieve fantastic things. This class, a couple of years ago, went to Greater Manchester School Games and finished runners-up in tri-golf. That's the second best school in Greater Manchester for that sport, which is an unbelievable achievement. Again, some of you would have gone to school games this year. So again, you have all been absolutely wonderful, and it's one of the hard jobs of mine to pick these awards, but it's actually a real privilege, and I do mean that, for me to be able to stand here and present some of you with these awards. So we'll start with Sportsman of the Year. Now, again, I'm going to say it, I've said it, it's really, really tough just to pick one person. However, you know, that's unfortunately the way we have to do it. So this year, the sportsman we have chosen is a young boy who is actually a young man, to be honest, I'll be honest with you, who throughout his time at St John Fisher has been absolutely fantastic. He's reliable, he's very passionate, you can rely on his honesty when he's playing. You know, he's a keen footballer, but what I've been so proud about this year is he's not just taken that from his football, but taking it into other different sports. And he has really developed his leadership skills. He's an actual leader on the pitch, no matter what sport he plays. And I'm really, really proud of him. And it's actually ironic that the last thing we did before we had to stop sport due to the pandemic, he was the one who scored the goals that got us into what would have been the cup quarter final. So, Sportsman of the Year this year is Evan Wright. Well done, Evan.
Photo you to send.
Okay, so that brings us on to Sportsman of the Year. And I'll be honest, when we started this in 2017 and Eden won it for the first time, if you'd have said to me this class and you'd have said this girl's winning Sportswoman of the Year, I'd have said, what? Because she didn't have a lot of confidence. She was one of the quietest girls I've ever met, and she is still extremely quiet. But over a couple of years, her confidence has just gone through the roof with her football, how passionate she is, how her teamwork is. Okay, she is dedicated to being the best she can be. And it's not just football this year, because I remember at the hockey competition, she was absolutely freezing. She was shaking, she was that cold, but she didn't moan once and was getting involved. I think she hit a boy from another school at one point trying to get a ball, which, you know, she apologised for straight away. And I'll never forget last year, she scored this goal and was at the girls' football tournament. She beat about 3 players, scored in the bottom corner, and just turned around and just went, yeah, I've scored. And if I'd have scored that goal, I'd still be talking about it now. So I'm delighted to say Sportswoman of the Year this year is Ellie McMahon. And she's a City fan.
No, she's picked the blue. She's got a blue hoodie on as well, and a sports kit. Excellent. Well done.
Okay, our last award is our Commitment to School Sport Award, which is even harder to pick because everybody in this room, including the staff, admittedly the staff don't get a choice, but everyone is committed to school sport. It's one of the real things about St John Fisher and its reputation. You've all have left school this year having represented school at some form of sports competition, whether it's doing curling, whether it's doing golf in year 4, you've all represented school, and every time you've done it, I have been so proud of you. How you've been at before school clubs, after school clubs, how you've been on the playground when you've been doing play leading. You have all been absolutely terrific. However, I have cheated a little bit this year because 2 years ago, I had 3 girls, Ebony, Isabel and Emily, and I really couldn't split them. So I give it to all 3 of them, and I couldn't split 2 girls this year. As much as I tried, I couldn't, so I've actually split the award and had 2 winners instead of 1. And funnily enough, I actually don't think these 2 will actually expect to win it, which is quite nice. So the first one is a girl whose, I think her attitude is one of the best attitudes I have ever taught in 10 years. I truly believe that. Every time she is playing sport, she just has a huge, gigantic smile on her face. And no matter what sport she's doing, she always, always tries her best. She might not necessarily be the best in the class, but I know she'll never let the school down. She'll never let anybody else in her team down. And she's also fantastic in doing a massive job for me and making sure that equipment stays tidy at lunch times. And the second one is if I said to this child, you're sporty, she'll look at me and just go, no, I'm not. But she is. And when I talk about commitment, she was one of the first people to be there for morning clubs. She's one of the first people to say, I'll do it. Even if it's a job she doesn't like athletics and doing a running race, she didn't like it, but she did it because we had to have somebody from the school do it, and that doesn't show commitment more. And her skills as a play leader this year have been exceptional. She's such a role model, and I'm so proud of how both these girls have just developed during the time at St John Fisher. So I'm extremely proud to say our Commitment to School Sport winners this year are Lily Mae Robinson and Maddie Walker. It's right, so put one hand on each, and then that's yours. That's yours. Do I have to be in this or
Yeah.
stand there?
It's all funny. I'll just do it at the end. It's gone a bit.
No worries, we'll do it at the end. But well done, you two.
You know, Mr. Barnsley, I never knew you could talk so much. Right, so we're going to move on to some other awards that we have. Now, we introduced our core value award, so I'm going to come to those in a minute. But before we do anything else, for lockdown, it's been a really unusual time. And we've been lucky that we've had so many of you in, but we've been unlucky that we've missed so many of you as well. But during that time, we've had a couple of children in year 6 who have actually been here, one of them every single day. Not had a day off. He didn't have any holidays. He didn't have Easter. He didn't have WIT. He's not had a break whatsoever. He's probably worked as hard as us. So I just want to say, he's come into his own during this period of lockdown. He's been the first at school in the morning to come in through the door. And at one point, his frown actually started turning to a smile. And he's smiled ever since. So we wanted to recognise that because we're really proud. And it's Jack. So, hey Jack, I know you love, what's it called? No. Subway, right? And I asked her to get you a Subway, and he came back with a football. So we didn't get you a Subway, but we got you a football because we know. Sorry, you can't eat it, but you can play with it. Well done, Jack. Keep smiling and keep being as good at high school. So, there's been another boy who's been in for the whole of lockdown, and actually he's found a new passion, which is where the football did come in actually. It's someone who didn't actually like football, got to year 6, wasn't a typical, came to play football at playtime or anything like that. But during lockdown, it sort of blossomed and grown in new confidence. And actually, I started to enjoy the game a bit. And we wanted to recognise that. And we want to say keep it up and believe in yourself. So well done, Joel. And if you're really desperate, Mr. Barsley might sign it for you. There you go, darling. Well done, you. So we move on to the Core Value Awards. The Core Value Awards were introduced last year when we looked at our mission. What is our mission as a Catholic school? What are we about? And you were part of the decision making around what those core values should be. All right. So the first core value we're going to present, obviously, who remembers what core values are? Let's shout them out at me.
Love, courage, faith, passion.
Fantastic. So you all know them. So what we're going to do is we're going to present those awards. Normally, we have said that actually it can be any child in the school who wins those awards, because we have lots of children who show those attributes. But this year, we felt it had to be you that won all of them in year 6, because actually this has been such an unusual year, and you have got to move to high school, and we wanted to show you our appreciation. So we're going to begin with our Love Award. Our Love Award is going to go to a member of our year 6 who is always there to support others, always has a smile, always positive and happy in herself. It's not about anybody else. She's happy in her own skin. During lockdown, she continued to spread the love with messages she sent to school, positive things that she was doing in the community, and has handled this whole situation brilliantly. Our Love Award goes to Kiva. Show the love, Kiva. Right there. Oh, sorry.
Oh, they've got another one.
So, you don't get to keep that one, do you? Come back, Kiwi, but you get to keep this one. So, this one is the one that we have on show in school. So, you get to get that presented today, and this is the one that you get to keep and take home. Okay? one. The next one is for passion. So, we chose this award for someone who we feel has a passion for learning, but that is unassuming in that passion. Do you know what I mean by unassuming? It's not boisterous or, boastful. He's very unassuming. Quiet, in a sense. But he's intelligent, kind, diligent, and he has always been a fantastic role model for others. And he's a great ambassador for our school. And I know that he's going to be a fantastic ambassador in high school as well. So our award for passion goes to Freddie. Our Courage Award. So courage can come in lots of different ways, can't it? You can fight dragons. It can be a doctor or a nurse. It can be lots of different things. So the award that we've presented for courage today is for someone who actually, again, is someone who might find new situations quite difficult, might struggle in big groups, find that a bit difficult. But this year, she showed me how brave she is, facing those fears and doing things that she has never done before. And I just know, and I want her to take that courage to high school and just push herself even further. Our award for courage goes to Sophie.
Big smile.
So our final core value award is for faith. So, obviously, as a Catholic school, our faith is really important to us. And our winner of the Faith Award is a young lady who actually hasn't spent very long at this school. She has shown a huge amount of commitment to our school, to the school family, and is a shining example of faith. Faith in action. She actually lives by those values. And she is an impeccably polite and kind, caring member of our class. And she will make an amazing young woman. I'm getting upset. Our award goes to Kendra. Elbow, sorry. There you go. Well done, Kendra. Well deserved. Right, so as we talked about faith, we're going to move on to an award presented by Mr. Tanti. Mr. Tanti, it'll be fun.
Thank you. It's not as much an award, but a thank you from me, really, to two groups of children, our Caritas ambassadors and our gift team. Now, you've not grown up through the school with those role models. It's a relatively new thing we've done in the last few years. But these children have been key in establishing that in our school. And I know what impact you've had because I see it in younger children. Because of you, or these children, they want to be part of the gift team and Caritas team. Our Caritas ambassadors, can they come up actually, please? We have, thank you. So our Caritas ambassadors, it's all about helping those around us in our community, in our school. Caritas means love. So like we've had our award of love, you've all been volunteering and asked to be part of a group to show love So in the past year, you have volunteered in food banks. You've helped raise money for the poor and for those in our community. I've seen you collecting food at the front of the school. There we go, you're all in there. And you didn't have to do that role. It was you chose to put yourself forward. And in your commissioning day, when you became a Caritas ambassador, they said, once you become a Caritas ambassador, you're a Caritas ambassador for your life. So when you go to high school, whichever one you go to, you carry that with you. So I really hope and pray that you'll carry on doing all the great things that you've already started. And you have that courage to carry it on. So I've got a little card for you here. And as a reminder and a thank you, I've got a special cross here, which is all the way from Bethlehem. And on the front there, you'll see it here, there's a, show there in the camera there. It's a special piece of ground and earth from Bethlehem, which is inside of this cross. And this is made with olive wood. And this is just for you to remember to keep spreading the love. And thank you for all that you've done. If we give them a huge round of applause. And can our gift team come up, please? Just watch the wire. Squeeze in so your mums and dads can see you. Now, I think being part of the gift team is one of the hardest roles in school. You've firstly got a jumper on that's brighter than everybody else, or Caritas do as well. But you stand out, and there's a reason we want you to stand out, is because as part of the gift team, you are leaders in our school, in our faith. As Mrs. Harris said before, there's many ways to show faith, not just through praying, but especially through our actions. And you have been a tremendous gift team in your actions and the way that you've treated everyone in our school. At lunchtimes, I see you with younger children helping out. You put others first. That is the first job and role as part of the gift team. You've also, even during this lockdown, led our school community in prayer through leading rosaries. And before we had lockdown, you would lead our worships. You've led sessions in the prayer garden where the younger ones, I've heard them say, have been inspired and want to be like you when they're older in year 5 and 6. And to share your faith like that takes a lot of skills, takes courage. And especially as you go into high school, it gets harder because some people might think, oh, it's not a very cool thing to do. To go to mass or to pray or to be part of a family like we do here. So it's going to be very hard for you to carry on, to set yourself the standard that you've achieved already. But I am sure that if you want it, you can all carry on and do amazing things and show in your faith for your actions. So thank you for all that you have done, for all the worships and masses and all the things we've done in school. I really appreciate it, and Miss Harris does as well. Thank you very much. Let's give him a huge round of applause. Sorry, the cards I gave out before, just check that you've got the right names. I might have given out the wrong one. Oh, sorry, Pepper. I've even spelled your name correctly.
Thank you.
Back to the jacket. Thank you. And if you, please. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. It's still very natural to shake a hand, isn't it? There you go. And I'll give you. It just comes off and make it back in the box. Well done. Thank you very much, and I look forward to hear what you do in your high school. Well done.
So, we've come to our final award. And this award is in memory of that I never even met, but I've heard so much about. How highly thought of she is at St John Fisher. So it's our Charlotte Conlon Award. It's a very special award because it's about someone who represents everything that we stand for as a school, as a Catholic community, and who embodies that in everything that they do. So it's a really, really special award for us. And actually, this week, when we, well, it wasn't even this week, it was a couple of weeks ago, when we were looking at, the presents that we're choosing to buy you, the little crosses and things that you've got actually come from Bethlehem. So the lady who brings them into school for us mentioned she had met Mrs. Conlon's parents on holiday in Bethlehem.
She was leading them
And
on a boat
she was,
on Lake Galilee.
and they were talking about where they came from, and how amazing is that? But actually, they said, "Oh, we come from," and she said, "Oh, I know a lot of schools that are around there." She was talking about her daughter Charlotte, and she said, "Which school did she work at?" So she said, "St John Fisher." So she said, I can't believe it. She said, "I know the head and the deputy at St John Fisher. What an amazing school." She said, "Oh, I'll tell them that I've spoken to you." And anyway, she did. And we haven't seen, I haven't, never, because I've only been here a couple of years. I've never met Charlotte's parents, but they're going to come in every year from now on to help present the award, because they didn't even realise that we were doing all these things about her and had memories of her and shared those with the children. And they were so pleased. So just imagine how special it is for them. I'm sorry, but Mrs. Langford Cooper, you've got to stop it because you're going to make me blubber. I keep looking at her. So, the award for the Charlotte Conlon. This award goes to a member of Year 6 who has shown all the attributes we've spoken about here today. She's someone who has been an absolutely amazing member of Year 6, not just this year, but every year, throughout her whole life at school. She has modelled her faith and walked in the footsteps of Jesus in so many different ways. We know that she's had a lot to deal with events that have happened in her life, and that have actually probably shaped her to be the person that she is today. But we also know what a wonderful young person she is. And we want to wish her every success as she moves on to high school and beyond. And we know that she'll continue to walk in the footsteps of Jesus. Our award goes to Pippa. So this one you don't get to keep, but you'll get your name on it, and that will stay with us in school. We remember all the children who've won the award in the past, but this one you do get to keep. Okay, and I'm sure it's going to go on the mantelpiece at home, isn't it, Mum? All right, well done, Pippa.
Have a photo back.
Mr. Tanti thinks he's an amateur photographer. So, parents, that's it for today. I hope you've been able to see it all, although I've got to admit, I hate being on video, but anyway, needs must. But I hope you've been able to see the whole thing. And before we finish, Mr. Bardsley is going to explain to you what's going to happen next. So listen carefully, because it's another technical issue.
Okay, so what's going to happen is this stream now is going to stop. We've got our Leavers video, which is on YouTube. However, at the minute, it's set as private, so no one's been able to have a sneaky look at it. So what's going to happen is we're going to watch it in school. However, I'm going to set it from private to public now. So give it a couple of minutes, and then once it's set as public, please watch it. We're watching it in school as well. It contains your memories and your good luck messages. It contains some photos of the children. Hopefully we won't have too many tears. Okay, and then once that's happened, you're welcome to come and collect your children from school.
Yeah, and please remember, as we said, as soon as you've watched that video, make your way here. The children will be released as and when the parents arrive. And in line with what we've said, please, I know it's tempting, but don't gather on the playground because we do have over 100 children in school and legally we're not permitted to do so. But thank you, and I hope you've enjoyed this afternoon. Let's say bye, Year 6.
Bye.